Welcome to the Efficientpreneur Show with Ahmed Al-Karemli, where you learn how to build and scale your business profitability online with less time, effort, and cost, so you can enjoy a fulfilling lifestyle.
Hi everyone, AK here, and welcome to the Efficientpreneur Show. Today I have with me Akbar Sheikh. He is an expert in funnels, helping businesses scale efficiently with funnels. Welcome to the show, Akbar.
Well, thank you, brother. Really appreciate that. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So what's your story, Akbar? How did you get into funnels?
Oh, man. Geez. It's funny. I found, actually, I have it right here. I charged it. I have an old phone, an old Samsung, and I plugged it in. I was looking at all these old pictures. It was amazing. Really, and that was the time in California when I really kind of just truly discovered really a VSL, a branded VSL phone. Or actually, that's when I made my first branded VSL funnel. Basically, long story short, bro, is look, we've been through some rough times. I was in a crippling marriage. I was 50 pounds overweight. I had no why. I had terrible friends. I was in bad relationships. All of this basically led to kind of a party lifestyle, which developed into a crippling anxiety disorder, which I ended up in the hospital kind of half dead. And then what happened is I was saved. I took advantage of that. You know what I mean? I took advantage of that. I got healthy. I started eating right. I lost 50 pounds. I dropped all my bad habits. I got rid of all the relationships and all the negative relationships, and we just took life a lot more seriously. We started looking for our why. That why really led us to kind of becoming temporarily homeless in the San Francisco Bay Area, and it was in that position where I truly discovered how the online world works with video sales letters and simplistic funnels and becoming a local authority and getting trust from people. And so being able to do some cool things, from all that. And that's really kind of how I discovered it.
Why you think when we were in that position as homeless, is it necessity or what, you have no other choice, or and what changed your life? Do you think finding the why, or because you managed to generate some money and you turned your life around? What happened?
Really, it was, I'm blessed that I really took advantage of a second opportunity. I took advantage of a second opportunity. I was at a hospital. I should have died. I didn't. And I said right then and there, I said, man, this isn't going to work anymore. This is not life anymore. And I said, look, it's like this, bro. I'll explain it to you like this. And here's a great analogy. Everyone wants to sell you something online, right? For example, let's just say they're selling you a copywriting course. Okay, right now you don't even know how to spell your name. You buy our thing, you're going to write liquid gold, right? Mm-hmm. Buy our thing, that's the vehicle that'll take you from not knowing how to spell your name to writing liquid gold. Becoming a copywriting expert, buy that vehicle. Well, the problem is this vehicle has a 98% attrition rate. Most people fail at it. The reason is, perfect example, spaceships. If you take a stranger off the street, you put them in a spaceship to go to the moon, they're going to get violently sick because they're not prepped. They are not primed to go through that rocket ship. That's why they get extensive testing, they go through extensive simulations. They prep the body for that crazy transformation. So for all these years I was failing, and it was because I was never prepped for success. And prepping for success is really the fundamentals, bro. It's being mentally healthy, physically healthy, spiritually healthy, and finding a why. You need to have these things in order before you're even prepared to scale a business. Because if these things are all clogged up and messed up, your canvas, your brain is all clogged with all this nonsense, you can't create. It's just not going to work.
Now you focus on like scaling businesses. That's your avatar or target audience. How did you get into that? Why you decided to stop working with beginners? They don't have money?
I never really, well, no, I never really, well, listen, my experience with beginners is very kind of limited in the sense that what had happened was I got my first start online. We were selling digital franchises online. I developed a branded video sales letter, you know, a video, you know, traditional like, oh, here's products about, here's some testimonies, you know, the traditional like video sales letters you see. I did that and I saw the power of a brand of building like and trust. So I started doing really well in it. It was kind of like a network marketing thing, but I didn't like it at all, bro. I was very unsatisfied in it. So what happened is, I'll never forget, one day I was doing pro bono marketing consulting for like a non-for-profit right here in Dallas. And I'll never forget that day where I got a $20,000 commission check in the mail. That same day I did a free pro bono marketing consult for this non-for-profit kind of company. And I felt more satisfaction from the free consult. Right then and there, I just closed my business. And by that time, I had already was helping them scale. We had already, through consultations, helped them do well. So much so that they created like the CMO type position for me. So I moved from San Francisco to here, brought my whole family, newlywed, just had a kid. How old was the kid? Must have been several months old. Maybe like around about a year, something like that. And, you know, just got married. Wife moved from Australia. We thought we were going to live in California. Moved to Dallas. And San Francisco is one of the most beautiful places in the world. Went to the most, you know, and Texas is not. It's flat. It's hot. It's weird. I mean, I love it, but it's nothing like San Francisco, you know. And it was crazy. So anyway, I'm working with this company, and I basically redo everything. I redo their whole marketing effort. I redo their funnel. I redo their video. I storyboard it. I write it. I direct it. I casted the people. I helped in the editing process. I redid the social proof. I redid the headlines. I wrote the emails. I got in the authority. I got in the scarcity. I mean, every element. I designed it. I architected it. Did really well, bro. I mean, we did millions. You know. Then I realized, and then you see, when I got to them, they were stuck at a certain income level. They were doing six figures, and they kind of were stuck there. And then I realized, okay, this is my skill set. It's kind of like, you ever see Gordon Ramsay? Like Kitchen Nightmares? So here's what he does. Every episode is the same. He goes into all these restaurants that are failing, okay? And guess what? It's all the same 5 problems. The food stinks. The menu is no good. The decor is no good. The management's no good. The customer service is no good. Every episode's the same. He just goes in there, starts swearing a lot, and tells them to fix all these things. If they implement it, they do better. If they don't, they fail.
So that's the same thing in funnels, like, you know, the copy and the hook and the headline, and, you know. This episode is brought to you by the Efficientpreneur Club. The Efficientpreneur Club is a private and affordable one-on-one business coaching club for business owners and entrepreneurs who want to build and scale their business profitability and performance with less time, effort, and cost, and without risking their freedom. So whether you are still figuring out the right business model, strategy, and pricing, or you need help to improve your funnels, ads, sales, and conversion, then the Efficientpreneur Club is for you. Your business challenges are not going to fix themselves unless you fix them today. And the consequences of not addressing that today is your business profitability and performance will not improve, and your relationships and health will continue to be affected. It's no wonder that building and scaling a business becomes so stressful over time, but it doesn't have to be that way. The Efficientpreneur Club will help you take your business to the next level with a private and affordable one-on-one coaching with me personally, tailored to your unique needs. I will help you clarify your direction, set a strategic action plan, and guide you step by step to build and scale your business efficiently. The Efficientpreneur Club will also provide access to an extensive how-to video library, the most highly recommended tools, and a supportive community of like-minded business owners to help you along the way with feedback, encouragement, and advice. The Efficientpreneur Club is the perfect place to be if you want to maximize your profits, minimize your workload, and scale your freedom and efficiency. So check it out at efficientpreneurclub.com and say bye-bye to generic courses, secretive gurus, and expensive mentors.
It's not business to business. Look, it's not just the funnels. I mean, you got sales process, you got marketing, you got customer service, you got culture. You know, business is business. So most people just have the fundamentals wrong. People who are stuck, they just have the fundamentals wrong. So we just help them.
Do you focus on businesses or like coaches mainly, or like both?
No, yeah, both. I mean, anyone who's trying to make it online, an ethical living online.
So you focus on scaling from what to what? Like what stage most of your clients are coming to you? Like they have a working funnel and then you scale it, or you start from scratch sometimes on new funnels?
Look, we've done both. As a matter of fact, a good friend of mine, Lloyd Hale, he had a successful offline business. He never made $1 online with it. You know, we helped him reach 7 figures, all right, from scratch. We've done that, but I prefer to work with people who've got something going on. That's my preference, is to work with people who've got something going on. Yeah, in all honesty, it's just easier. It's just much easier. You know, take someone from like 3,000 a month to 30,000 a month and so on and so forth. You know, it's just a lot easier because, you know, it's just a lot more work when they're new. You know, there's a lot of mindset issues and mental trash and like imposter syndromes and all these. And there's just, you know, there's a lot more baggage.
What kind of funnels are mainly working now? Like I see coaches using maybe strategy calls, others using VSLs. What's working now in 2019?
Listen, that's a very interesting question. I mean, you know, you always have your flavor of the month, right? I mean, like, you know, you see like challenge funnels being popular right now. Look, the same old funnels that were working years ago, and when I got started, the same exact formula is working now. Like a BSL or a webinar to book a call. I mean, that's working great for so many people. You know, people always trying different things, challenge funnels, free trials. Listen, there'll always be some fad. Right now, the big fad in dieting is keto. Everybody goes keto, just like the big fad used to be South Beach. Yeah, it used to be South Beach, and then it was like the Mediterranean diet, and then it was, I forget all this nonsense. But there's always a fad. But guess what's always worked since day one? Eat healthy, exercise. It's always worked. You know, so people want to talk about fads because it's a psychological thing. They're selling. They get to sell more. You see what I'm saying? They get to sell more of the stuff. A different angle on it. So I like to stick with the classics, man. You know, I like to stick with the classics, the fundamentals that works very well. You know,
but you worked behind the scenes with like on many funnels. Like, is there an expiry date for every region for the funnel to work, and there is no like that magic of one funnel that's gonna work for like, I don't know, 10 years or 5 years. You have to refresh it every, I don't know. You've seen many behind the scenes. So what's your experience in that?
That's a great question. I don't know too many funnels. I'm trying to think, like, how many funnels or websites have really been the same for many years? I don't know of any that I can think of off the top of my head. I mean, yeah, things evolve. I think, man, I'm really trying to think. I don't know what the life experience. I'll give you an example. Like, we had a buddy, his funnel did 7 figures. Now it's not converting well at all. So now we're actually building another funnel for him. We're coaching him through another funnel. We're getting another funnel built. But it was doing great. And then eventually, yeah, things do run out. And you do switch things up. When do you do that? When things stop converting, you switch things up a little bit. New picture, new headline. You know, you switch things up a little. The formulas traditionally stay the same. You know, it's interesting, man. Like, you know, this offline, online thing, it's all the same. For example, you have some cheesy internet marketers who show, you know, Ferraris and mansions and stuff like that, right? Well, that's psychology. Is, hey, look at me, I'm rich. If you listen to me, you're going to be rich too. At the end of the day, that's the psychology. But take a look at perfume commercials on TV. Same thing. They talk nothing about the perfume because it's crap. It's just chemicals and water. what do? They show some beautiful girl jumping out of some gold car and some silk heaven. They're selling an image of, if you want to feel like $1 million, if you want to be part of this fantasy, wear this cologne, wear this perfume. It's the same psychology. Here's the problem, man. People are treating the online world like it's some sort of lottery ticket, like it's some sort of fantasy. It's very real. All the psychology we use offline, online is the same psychology that's been used offline for the past 100 years. So that's something that people really truly need to internalize.
Yeah, but like offline, you have more interactions, more like physical stuff to touch. It's easier to sell than all. Especially now, you don't see people are resisting with being burned out by courses, expensive courses, false promises by many marketers. So how do you see the market are reacting to what's going on online?
Listen, it depends what market you're talking about. For example, take a look. You talked about in offline they can touch things. Well, take a look at the mattress industry. The mattress industry has been very disrupted. I know I come from this background. Dicky sales, cheesy salesmen, fake sales. Okay, 100 mattresses that all eventually end up feeling the same. The buying experience, the user experience is terrible at a mattress store. So what happened? They disrupted the industry with the online companies like Casper started coming out. Akbar, Purple, Cup and Needle, Layla Sleep. These companies started coming out to disrupt that. That said, hey, no gigs, no salesmen. You know that mattress you're buying for $4,000 at the mattress store? We're going to send you one for $1,000. You know, like that with your clothes on and your shoes on and some stranger watching you while you try the mattress. You put it in your bed, in your bedroom. You try it for 30 days every night. If it's the best mattress you can ever keep it. If it sucks, return it.
No, but like my question is more about the internet marketing world, because like people in your space will mostly. 1 second.
You got frozen.
Oh, can you hear me?
They're going to IPO, the rumor value is $1 billion valuation. Sorry, you froze.
Yeah. So, like, what I meant is the internet marketing industry, because like people in your space mostly will interact or touch people in the internet marketing space, like coaches, like people who do those content marketing strategies and things. So most of the audience that you're gonna impact are from this online industry, whether it's health or wealth or business or other industries. So that's what I meant. That do you feel?
No, I don't.
However, I feel like some internet marketers being way more successful when they focus on the offline business, because it's way easier maybe sometimes to generate to scale their businesses focusing on offline businesses than the online businesses.
Well, I think you're talking about red ocean, blue ocean. If everyone's chasing the same crowd and then no one's marketing on this crowd, it's like TikTok, right? Everyone's concentrating on Instagram, Facebook, but there's a couple of people who said, oh, no one's paying attention to this social media platform, TikTok. Let me go mess around with that. And they're becoming like leaders in it. So that, again, that's a classic timeless philosophy. Everyone's going this way, go that way. That timeless principle. As far as the online world, the coaching world, the course world, listen, you need to forget about the bottom dwellers. You're always going to hear the horror stories, fake it till you make it, the people, who sell crap, they're not delivering. That's all just, listen, that's everywhere. You go to that's offline too. You go to a cheap, like flea market, that's what you're going to get. Okay? But if you present yourself in the right way, you have the right social proof, you have the right authority, you have the right content, like most people, look, coaching courses, this stuff's not going anywhere for a while. It will be replaced in the future. That's a different conversation. It'll be replaced with things like masterclass.com. For example, everyone and their mother is teaching how to sell on Amazon, and it's some $1,000 course, $12,000 course. Well, what happens if Jeff Bezos wakes up one day and says, you know what, I think I'm going to teach people how to make money on Amazon. And you know what, we're going to have it on Amazon.com/learn. And you know what, it's going to be $7 a month, and they're going to get the world's best resources and support. Overnight, this industry is gone. You know what I mean? So will things move in that direction? They kind of already are, but you're in good shape for the short-term period. Look, as long as you have value and skill set, There's always going to be value for you. So, for example, I said the industry is going to be going overnight. I'm exaggerating, because there's going to be a lot of people that
they find an angle or niche, or
Yeah, but the truth is, if you have value, you see, we're lucky right now because the competition stinks, right? They give terrible value. They're not having any value. They're just asking stupid questions in groups. Hey, if you had $3, what would you invest it in? Would you get candy and then milk and then what would I mean, they're just talking a bunch of nonsense. You know what I mean? Your competition is not giving value. The one who wins is the one who gives actual value. And what I mean by actual value is when people see that or read that, they're like, dude, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, I like that. And you build this bond, this connection, this relationship. There have been people I've bought from that have never even opened their courses or coaching or whatever. And it's just because, like, I read their posts so much, I'm like, dude, I got so much value from this. I just need to buy whatever the hell they're selling. And there's one guy, and I'm thinking of him in my head. I don't want to mention his name. I don't actually even know exactly what the hell I bought. And it was $3,000, brother, or something like that.
Do you see that like making a shift towards memberships than, before it was more about courses, or like both are still?
No, I think memberships are getting popular, and they're getting more popular. And again, memberships get a bad rap, right? Everyone's like, oh, the attrition rate is 2-3 months. That's the word on the street. The reality is that's because these small membership sites suck. They're not giving any value. They don't know how to retain their customers. They don't know how to deliver. So of course people are dropping out.
No, but there is another angle with that people get excited and they think there is a magic bullet and they sign up, and then they just do nothing, And exactly the same with the courses. But the courses you're gonna hit them with $2,000 in advance, so you don't care if they didn't do anything about it. But with the membership, when the membership costs, let's say $100 or $200, then it's difficult to make money out of that. So that's the problem. Unless if you are Netflix, you have that great value for $10 a month, then people will continue.
There's a lot of people doing it the right way that are making millions doing it. It's about doing it the right way, though. Like, first of all, on the front end, not being hypey on the marketing. Finding an actual niche, carving a niche, and telling them really exactly what it is without all the hype, right? Making sure it's a perfect fit, and then over-delivering on value. I mean, I've seen people with 1,000 members every month, and they're 300 a month, doing 300,000 a month. So there are people crushing it. There's no doubt about it. It's just, you got to fine-tune that. And again, we can't compare ourselves to all like the kids out there. All the guys who just want to get rich quick and they all threw together some course in half an hour and they're selling it. Because that's like, it's not to talk about. We shouldn't even be talking about. That's not us. That's a different world.
How you are seeing the people, like business owners that you're working with, that they want to scale? What do you see the problem that they have? That it's a mindset, or just the recipe stuff that we spoke about, the copy or the other stuff? If you have enjoyed today's episode, I would like to invite you to check out efficientpreneurclub.com. The Efficientpreneur Club is the right membership for you if you've been working to grow your business for a while now and things aren't happening as fast as you want. If you are tired of generic courses, secretive gurus and expensive mentors who charge $2,000 to $5,000 a month then fob you off onto sub-coaches or connect with you in group coaching calls. If you are already stressed out about your business model, sales, productivity, team and systems. If you are scrambling in the evenings and on the weekends and you never have time for yourself and your family. Those problems are not going to fix themselves unless you fix them today. Why? Because your business profitability and performance are not going to change unless you do, and your relationships and health will continue to be affected. Building and scaling a business becomes so stressful over time, but it doesn't have to be that way. The Efficientpreneur Club is a private and affordable one-on-one business coaching club for business owners and entrepreneurs who want to build and scale their business profitability and performance with less time, effort and cost, and without risking their freedom. The Efficientpreneur Club will help you take your business to the next level with a private and affordable individual coaching with me personally. I tailor the program to your unique needs. I will help you clarify your direction, set a strategic action plan, and guide you step by step to build and scale your business efficiently.
The Efficientpreneur Club will also provide access to an extensive how-to video library, the most highly recommended tools, and a supportive community of like-minded business owners to help you along the way with feedback, encouragement, and advice. The Efficientpreneur Club is the perfect place to be if you want to maximize your profits, minimize your workload, and scale your freedom and efficiency. So check it out at efficientpreneurclub.com and say bye-bye to generic courses, secretive gurus, and expensive mentors.
Everyone's got the same issues. Everyone's got the same. I'll give you a perfect example. Like, first of all, a lot of the times we're in the thick of our own businesses. We're in the trees so much that we can't even see what's wrong, right? And this happens to all of us, including the coaches and stuff. For example, myself, I hired this expert email deliverability guy, right? And I realized that, wait a minute, when people go to my website, I don't collect email addresses unless they book a call with me. I used to have an opt-in as the first thing they go through, and I was collecting like thousands of email addresses. And I've eliminated that step. I forgot all about that because now I tell other people that because I can see it more clearly, but it's tough to see your own thing because you're in the forest. So just from paying that guy a good amount of money, just that one thing, I was like, dude, I'm going to put that opt-in page back in on the front of my phone. Beautiful. That thing alone is how much. So there's so many things like that. Of course, there's the ethical principles of persuasion. Like I said, every aspect. Let's take a look at your customer service. Let's take a look at your mindset. Everyone's got mindset issues no matter what level you're at. Let's take a look at your traffic strategies. What are you doing? How are you treating your existing customers? Oh, wait a minute. You're only selling them once. You never sell them anything again. Like, there's just so much. You know what I mean? But it's just a lot easier for me to work with someone that has momentum because they just can't see. We can't see what's going on. So we need someone from the outside to point things out for us.
How long it takes to make, like, in general, a funnel works?
That depends, bro. I mean, that depends. There's so many variables for that. I mean, you're talking about test, tweak, scale. Test, tweak, scale. Depends what the market is. Depends what your messaging is. Sometimes it happens like this. Sometimes it can take you months. You know what I mean? It really just depends. And also the speed of implementation and the size of the action you take.
How do you see, like, how to implement scarcity correctly now? Like, some experts are advising removing it because people already got it, and some saying no, you need to push people to increase conversion and use scarcity. So what's your 2 cents about that?
Well, removing it's a terrible idea. No, and I'm going to guess that they're telling people to remove it because most people are just doing it unethically. They'll have some countdown timer that expires, and you hit refresh and nothing happens. You can still get it. They'll say 5 spots left when it's a digital product and there's 1 million spots left. So again, I hate talking about that whole audience, dude. That's a different beast. They're just liars and fake it till you make it and unethical. I don't care. I don't want to even think about that world. Scarcity is a very powerful. If you want to know the truth about it, it's a social anxiety. It's a social anxiety. It's a disease, actually, keeping up with the Joneses, fear of missing out. You see, a disgusting example of this is Black Friday. Now, what happens is, at ungodly hours in the middle of the night, people line around the block, oftentimes in the freezing cold, to go get some TV 20% off. Well, the reality is, there's only a few TVs that are 20% off, just to get this rush. And by the way, people kill each other every year by trampling over each other. They literally kill each other. This is like unethical scarcity. And then when the few TVs are gone or whatever, then it's just regular price stuff. It's really just a game. This is unethical scarcity. Ethical scarcity works very well. For example, if you are a coach and you're offering one-on-one sessions, now you build a lot of value into this offering. Well, listen, hey, and I've used this line before, it's 100% true. Hey, I got a pretty demanding wife. I have 2 insane children. These guys take up a good amount of my time. I'm working with you, using all my experience to help your business grow. I only have X amount of hours in the day. I very legitimately only have these 3 spots available. It's up to you whether you want to take it or not. They're going to sell out. The question is going to be you. Now, 100% true, but it's that logical scarcity. Like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I better sign up. I don't want to miss out. And that's the thing, right? Keeping up with the Kardashians. Keeping up with the Kardashians is not like, hey, let's see what's going on with them. No, it's like, hey, we don't want to be like them. Taking advantage of a social disease. It's a disgusting part of our culture right now that we all want to be like the Joneses or the Kardashians, you know. So this is a very important thing to implement honestly and ethically in your business. I just did a whole 40-minute training on this topic for my students, so it's funny you asked me. I literally just filmed it yesterday.
Are you selling still just one-on-one coaching, or you sell courses as well?
No, I have a coaching program that's a course, and I have a mastermind.
How the mastermind works? Like it's a one-on-one or it's a group of people?
You know, I have a blended model. My mastermind is a blended model where there is one-on-one, there's a one-on-one element to it, and then there's a group element to it as well. It's pretty phenomenal. I think it's one of the best ones, if not the best one in the market.
Share with us some of the tools, or like you focus in terms of funnels on ClickFunnels. That's where all the magic started, or you tested other stuff, or?
No, I mean, when I first started, there was not ClickFunnels, you know what I mean? But I don't know, I was using like a lead page or something like that. But no, ClickFunnels is the best. I mean, I'm biased. I love it. I think by far the best program, holistic program out there. There's others, I think lead pages and other things, but I think holistically, I don't think there's anything better than ClickFunnels.
Do you who's your number one mentor, or top three mentors beside Russell Brunson's?
Well, I mean, even though you said besides, out of respect, I have to say his name anyway. So I'm gonna have to say Russell Brunson. I'm gonna have to say I love Sam Ovens. And there's several other people I like. I don't know if they're on. Yeah, I don't follow too many people, man. To be honest with you, I don't follow. I mean, I'm not biased. These are honestly my top two favorite. And then I also like people like Donald Miller. Listen, man, you can learn from everybody. Like for example, Ty Lopez. I'm not that kind of guy who's gonna show mansions and Ferraris, but you can still learn something from him, and I have. You know, same with everyone. You can learn from all these top guys. You can learn something from them. You know, there's things about all these guys that I don't like, and there's things about all these guys that I do like. So I kind of pick and choose. And I try to read every day. Right now, I got Chet Holmes, Jay Abraham, taking a Tony Robbins course. You know, I'm always trying to educate yourself. You need to always be educating yourself daily. Always be consuming yourself.
What's your life and daily life and work routine from the time you wake up until you sleep?
Well, my daily morning routine, I try to keep it like this, where I try to wake up around 4:45 a.m. We wake up, we say a little prayer, we eat a little something. This is currently my routine, and mind you, I'm fasting this month. So, we eat a little something, then I'll go for some fresh air, some very light exercise. I'll go meditate, I'll go pray, I'll go reflect, I'll read my daily affirmations. I'll come home, and I'll do some strategizing, some work, some delegation, check up on things, maybe even take a very small nap. Then my kids are up by this time. I'll spend some time with my wife as well, hang out with my wife a little bit. Then my crazy kids are up. Now we're getting them ready. I'm getting ready, feeding them breakfast, and I take them to school. They go to Montessori school, which I think is very important. We have a very nice organic whole food breakfast, which I think is very important. Then I come to my office, which has a lot of natural light and a lot of plants, which I think is very important. Then we get to work. My work is pretty scheduled. I like my assistant to have a lot of my things calendared out, like this meeting is calendared out. And I try to have some filters so that all my time is being utilized wisely. I do daily training. I try to train for half an hour to an hour a day. I do give my members, my students and members, a lot of support. Throughout the day, I try to create new trainings for people a lot. We spend our day trying to support and scale and reflect and things of that nature. Then I go home and I do content, I do Facebook Live, I do interviews, all these sorts of things. Then I go home, depending, like around about 5-ish these days. Oddly enough, entrepreneur working kind of sort of, well, I would not say 9 to 5, but I'm going home at 5 because I like to take my kids and we like to go pray at 5:30. Otherwise, honestly, I would work later, just because I enjoy it, not because of anything else. Then then it's the crazy life, man, with kids. Then we got to feed. We're wrestling with them. It's battle time. Right? We bathe them, feed them, change them, bedtime story, this and that. By that time, it's like 8 o'clock. Have a late dinner, which is not a good idea. It's just that it's hard to do with the kids. So now I have a nice, wholesome, organic dinner, which I think is very important. And then spend some time with the wife. Catch up with some family stuff. A little bit of entertainment. Maybe watch something. Maybe read something. Spend some time with the wife. Definitely do date nights. Get a babysitter, do some date nights. And then typically try to be in bed a little early, do your night prayers and stuff. And all the while in between, there's a lot of messages. Even during this interview, I've got like 25 messages. There's a lot of that going on, working on different projects, interacting with a lot of different people, copywriters, funnel people, this, that, this.
Do you write copy yourself, or you do ads yourself, or you use specific people that for your clients, let's say, to guide them to work with a specific copywriting expert or ads expert?
Yeah, I do both. I have experts, and I also write my own stuff sometimes. And sometimes I'll do a collaboration, which is fun. Because again, like sometimes, like you can't see because you're so much in the thick of it that you need to like someone to bounce ideas off of and point things out to you that you don't see.
Mm-hmm. How about your team? How big is your team, like online, offline, and what exactly they do?
Yeah, man, my team is 100% virtual. I had a team in-house, and I didn't like it at all. A lot of water cooler talk. Like, oh, did you hear what happened on Game of Thrones last night? I don't care. I want to work. We're on a mission. Let's get things done. Like, I don't know how I only had one job my whole life. I don't know how people get things done, man. There's so much water cooler talk, so much like fluff talk. I don't know how these companies grow. I really don't. It's amazing, really. I think that they just hire a lot more people. So then I got rid of the in-house team, and then I got everybody virtual. Until I have an assistant right hand, which is extremely important. Then we have a lot of contractors, people as needed. Like we have funnel people, copywriting people, things of that nature. Social media team, very important. These people were very close. So the people I work closest with is my assistant, the social media team, obviously the funnel people, and so on and so forth.
What's the best advice you have ever received?
That's a good question. Gosh, you put me on the spot. I kind of have to think about that one. The best advice I've ever received. Off the top of my head, I don't know. I mean, I think it really is. One piece of good advice that I give that people seem to like a lot is do what you do best, outsource the rest. I would say honestly, again, back to the basics. Be honest, focus, be sincere, have good intentions. Don't give up. Work honestly, work hard. Nobody wants to hear that. Everybody wants to hear, because everyone's so polluted with the marketing crap. That they want the magic bullet. But at the end of the day, it just goes back to the fundamentals, really.
Top 3 favorite books about funnels and conversions.
My favorite book actually is really about productivity. One of my favorite books is really about productivity. The Sam Walton ad copywriting book is phenomenal. By I forget his name. Excellent copy. Look, any good copywriting book, any good productivity book. Look, man, all this stuff I'm telling you about productivity, like lifestyle. This is 90% of it. This is what we should be reading 90% of the time. Instead, everyone's like funnel, pixel, funnel. That's just easy, man. I mean, we built a 7-figure business on like the most simplistic funnel. Like, don't talk to me about funnels. Like, I built my first, we had our first funnel that was making money in an electrical closet, and I'm technologically illiterate. Like, I'm technologically illiterate. Like, this funnel game is easy. But it's really about the other stuff. It's about the mental trash. It's about, yeah, there are certain arts.
No, because it's changing fast, and to change with the market and shift.
It depends what you're doing. I mean, who are you talking about? I mean, if you're a coach, it's been the same ever since I got in. Nothing's changed. Really, since I've entered years ago, nothing's changed. If you're talking about coaching.
What makes you fulfilled?
Definitely, that's the thing. You need the why that makes you cry. You need the why that makes you cry. And really, that's also a moving target. And I'll give you an example. So when I joined my first mastermind, which is Russell Brunson's mastermind, there was a member in there. Again, who you hang out with is so important, so important, so important. Before I was hanging out with bums, we were just drinking coffee and empty movie theater parking lots talking about aliens or some crap, right? In the mastermind, you're dealing with the higher quality people who are talking about totally different things. He starts talking to me about this company called savers.org. And this is an organization where you pay $80, something like this, and you're actually giving the gift of vision to a blind person by paying for their cataract surgery. So the thing is, I mean, that was so beautiful. I felt like crying. I felt like screaming to everyone, guys, donate. Are you crazy? Like, that's a cheap date. Like, $80 is a cheap date. Like, think about being blind. That sucks. And think about all the crap you waste $80 on. And it's just like, dude, my mind is blown. And I was never exposed to this sort of thought of hanging out in the wrong crowd, which is another great benefit of joining really. Which is a main reason I opened my mastermind, is to get like-minded, awesome people together. But that really gave me great satisfaction. Now, these things always change. Like you said, hey, a funnel stops converting after a year. Well, what happened to me is when I first started writing these fat checks, I was so happy, so satisfied. I was showing my mom, and I was like getting pictures. And I was like, oh man, this is so great. This is amazing. I feel on top of the world. But then eventually, you keep writing checks every month. Eventually, it just becomes another check. Now you need to go further, which is now why we're trying to get all the satisfaction from when I get people results. That's very satisfying. When people come up to me and they say nice things and they say I've gotten them results and stuff. That has not. Even that doesn't get old, but it used to mean a lot more. Like when it first started happening, it was so cool. Oh my God! But we've helped a lot of people hit 6 and 7 figures. So if someone comes and says, "Man, we helped you hit 6 figures." Oh, awesome! That's so cool. The first thing I'm thinking of, okay, let's get him a trophy. And it becomes kind of like automated. Okay, well, when we give him a trophy, we're going to do a promo. We're going to tell people. We're going to give this case study. And it becomes it becomes kind of habitual. It's still cool for a minute. It's still really cool for a minute. You're genuinely really happy for them and you're excited. And then that feeling fades off too, which is why you have to continuously, because it's a drug. It's like a high. Oh my God, we got someone successful. Oh my God, we just built a well in Africa. It's a high, And this is a very important topic, and I'm glad you brought it up. Now, it's dangerous to go from high to low, to have these extreme fluctuations. So your baseline should be good. You should be feeling good in your baseline. And that comes from just, and that comes so that your fluctuations are not extreme. And just being good at your baseline, that comes from just having a solid product, getting people good results, being proud of what you offer, living a quality lifestyle, having good routines, having good habits, being surrounded with good people. So then you're at a good baseline, so the highs and lows won't affect you too much. So it's a very important thing. I'm glad you brought it up.
Thank you. Really appreciate your time, Akbar. Last question, how people can contact you?
Yeah, bro. I mean, whatever people want. On Facebook, they want to go to my website. It's myname.com, AKBARSHEIKH.com. If they want to read my book, they can go to 7figurebook.com. They can hit me up on Instagram, wherever they want. It doesn't matter. Typically, in marketing, you teach people, give them one call to action, but it doesn't matter, in all honesty. So, we're happy to help. We provide value. We're trying to teach people make more so you can give more. It's working. We'd love to help you if you're an honest, ethical entrepreneur. Start off at my website, myname.com, AKBARSHEIKH.com.
Thank you so much, Akbar. Thanks, everyone, and see you soon with another leading expert.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, bro.
Thanks for watching or listening. It means the world to me if you would leave an honest review of the show on iTunes or any other podcast platform that you are listening through. And big thanks to all the people who have already reviewed the show.
Discover how to build and scale your business profitability and performance with less time, effort, and cost. Check out efficientpreneur.com.